to another video. We've got Coach Sarmad again today. He's looking very staunch. But we're going to actually learn about some defensive drills, so some counters for basic Muay Thai beginners.
The first line of defense is blocking, okay? So using your hands. Probably a really useful thing to learn first is how to catch in real time. So it's good to have someone with either gloves on or maybe holding some boxing mitts to throw those punches at you. Okay, so those classic blocks are the catch of the jab, okay, the cover of the cross, the cover of the hook, and a cover to the body. Okay, so if they throw the body punches on the both sides, okay, we're blocking just with our arms. You probably have to repetition those first so that you can get your eye in before you can start countering. If you've dedicated some time and you've done that, build on top of that. Okay. So let's just say you catch a jab, you're going to return that same punch. You cover across, you return that same punch. You cover a hook, return the same punch. Cover the body, boom, return the same punch, and then once more on the other side too. Okay, and you can build on top of these basics. You can start moving on to 2 punches return, 3 punches return, to the point where you can move up to Dutch style techniques where you're going trade combo for trade combo. And these are becoming more reflexes than having to think about them.
So if we're on the pads, would you recommend doing the same thing?
Exactly the same thing, okay? So I would go a little bit more of a reactive pad holding session where I hit, so you hit, I hit, and then you hit again, okay? And you can change that up. As the pad holder, you can probably venture out into some different types of punches, maybe a little less simple, because you're obviously the one in control. So your person that's hitting the pads won't be having to think too much about it. Yeah. That's ideally what we want. We want to turn it into reflex.
All right, let's do it.
So here we have me and Rachel going through some basic counter combos, starting with just the left hook. But as you can see from before, we started with jab, catch, and return. Then we go into a cross block and cross return. The cross block, you should raise your guard in front of you like you're combing your hair. Make sure when you're blocking the cross that you have your hand glued to your head, because if you leave a little gap, you're going to punch yourself as the strike lands onto your arm. Next, we add an additional strike with jab cross and returning with jab cross, catching the jab and combing the hair for the cross. I like to move around a little bit and not just stationary, just to simulate a bit more in real time sparring. So depending on your footwork, you can work up to that. Then we add another strike with the jab cross hook and developing reaction for all 3 strikes with blocking and throwing strikes yourself. You can then replace the hook for an uppercut to practice body shots as well, or you can even throw a body shot yourself if you're wearing a body shield, which I'm not here. This one we're going to involve the roundhouse kick with the lead check into switch. I find this one very useful because in sparring you tend to lead check quite often, and sometimes you throw a switch after you check. This drill really allows you to develop speed and fluidity and eventually become automatic. Then you can do it for the rear side as well. So your rear roundhouse with the cross. And then make sure you're checking as well with that rear side. I find that check a little bit more difficult. Finally, drilling in defending punches and then countering with a kick. I really like this one because usually when your opponent is throwing punches, there is an opening for kicks to land as you counter. And if you want to get fancy,
you can get fancy about it too, depending on what tools you have and resources around you. A real good classic boxing one. Grab a noodle, get your coach or friend to stand behind the bag. What they're gonna do is they're gonna mimic a punch, okay? So I'm gonna mimic my hook, which is just gonna come around here. Land's gonna catch, throw his hook back, boom. Catch, hook back, catch, hook back. And we can change the timing on it, right? So we go slow, he hooks back, fast. And that's how we turn that into reflex. So that's another good one too.
All right, perfect.
Alright, in case if you're wondering what that footage was in the intro, it was just one of our training sessions that we filmed on the day. And we're doing some knees here. So the first combo is just a jab, teep, and then I run in for the knee and then angling out. So this was a really fun one, good way to practice the footwork, but also adding some knees into the mix. We don't really do much knees, obviously. In sparring, there's not much opportunity unless you really want to hurt your sparring partner. Sometimes a few light taps, but yeah, I find knees quite fun. And obviously I'm not really as fluent as Rachel here. She's pretty good at knees. Look at the positioning that she has with her torso. It's nice and not leant back. I'm kind of leant back, as you'll see in the later videos. And the next combo is jab, cross, teep from the rear side, and then faking it, and then into another knee. So this was a really fun combo as well, working that footwork. And as always, we kind of stuff up every now and then, and we reset, and that's how we learn. But yeah, this is a great combo. Rachel's doing a great job at the fake. I think she can probably lift her knee higher for the fake. And here's me. I always feel like that I'm going to hurt her, but that's probably not the case. So I don't put much effort into it. But I really enjoyed this angling component after the knee. And here I'm trying to work out, do I do it straight away or do I put my feet down and then angle out? And that knee, I think I'm leaning back too much and then my hands are down. So a lot of technical errors. And see, I've got such a big problem with my hands coming down, literally letting me down. Here's the second combo. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with my fake. I'm definitely not picking up that knee high enough to fake the knee. I like those 1-2s. And that is pretty much the end of the session. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found the tips helpful. Leave a comment below if you find your counter training similar to mine or you have some better ideas. But if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and look forward to seeing you in the next video.